Skokie Valley, Erev Shabbat Shalom. This week's Parsha Va'era has two examples of hospitality. Two examples, Avram and Lot welcoming strangers into their homes. Now, of course, this is a big Jewish value, a big mitzvah, Hachnasat Orchim, welcoming guests. And yet, those two examples are actually quite different. What's the difference? There's a great story of the Kedushat Levi. You may have noticed I'm on a bit of a Kedushat Levi kick recently. Rav Levi Yitzchak of Berdichev, an amazing Hasidic rabbi. So the Kedushat Levi tells the following story about himself. Once the Kedushat Levi was traveling to Lvav, and he made his way to Lvav, and he showed up at the home of a wealthy community leader. And he said, "Hey, I'm a traveling Jew. Could I spend the night? Could I spend the night by you?" And the wealthy landowner said, "No, I don't really accept guests, but you can stay at the local inn." And the Kedushat Levi said, I really prefer to stay in a home. I just feel safer. Inns back in those days were dangerous places sometimes for Jews. I'd rather stay in the home. Is it possible? And the homeowner said, "No. If you don't want to stay at the inn, maybe you can stay at the Malabed down the street, the Jewish teacher." So the Kedushat Levi left the home of the wealthy landowner and started walking down the street to the Malabed, to the teacher. Now on his way, people started to recognize, wait a minute, that person walking down the street, that's the Kedushat Levi. That's Rav Levi Yitzchak of Berdichev. And they all started gathering around him and welcoming him. "Oh, what brings you to Lvav? We're so happy you're here, a holy tzaddik here in our town." The landowner heard the commotion, went outside, and realized what he had done. He had turned away this holy rabbi from his house. So he ran after him saying, "Holy Rabbi, Kedushat Levi, Rav Levi Yitzchak, please stay in my home. Whatever you need, please, we'll make it happen." And the Kedushat Levi said to him, "Sir, I want to tell you something about this week's Parsha, Parshat Va'era. Twice there's hospitality, but once with Lot, Avram's cousin, it tells us that Lot saw the Malachim. He saw two angels, two holy, regal creatures approaching his home, so he invited them in. With Avram, it tells us, he saw three anashim. He saw three people. They were dirty and dusty. Their feet were covered with dust. He had to wash them off. They were hungry. They were humble. They were nobodies wandering through the desert. And he welcomed in those anashim. So Lot welcomes in Malachim. Yes, he's very hospitable, but to the angelic divine beings. But if it had been three Anashim, probably not. Avram, on the other hand, didn't care if they're high or low. He said, "You need food, you need water, you need a place to stay, come, I'll let you in." And that's the difference between the hospitality of Lot and Avraham. And the Kedushat Levi said to the wealthy landowner, "I appreciate your hospitality, but I know you're only offering it because of who I am. The real test would have been if you didn't know who I am and welcome me into your home." And so the Kedushat Levi stayed with that humble Melamed. He said, "I'll pass on the hospitality at your house." And it's an important lesson for all of us to remember the beautiful, essential, critical, difficult mitzvah of Hachnasat Orchim, of welcoming people into our spaces, into our homes, into our communities, no matter who they are, no matter their status, being welcoming and accepting and just bringing them in under our wings and the wings of the Shekhinah. That's what Hachnasat Orchim is all about. We should really take this value to heart. Though we can't, of course, welcome people into our homes physically now because of COVID, there are still ways to be welcoming and inclusive and build community that's welcoming and inclusive to all. So I appreciate everyone being on that journey with us at Skokie Valley. And I want to plug one thing. I want to plug the new initiative we're launching called Shvatim. We're launching this initiative to make tribes, to make Shvatim within Skokie Valley. We are, thank God, a growing, burgeoning community, and with any growing community, the challenge is to make sure that people still feel welcome and included and connected. And that's the goal of Shvatim, to connect us and bind us together in small micro-communities within our larger community, really in that spirit of Avraham, of welcoming and including all. So please make your business, if you're up for it, to join this initiative. It's going to be a great way to build community and make everyone feel welcome and included. And I look forward to building that kind of community in the spirit of Avram Avinu and the spirit of Rav Levi Yitzchak of Berdichev together. Shabbat Shalom.